Hello, welcome to the Johnny Come Latelys podcast. This is MonoDrew.
And this is Cambrian. Hello.
Well, episode 2, I guess, although... How many episodes did we do of the Monochrome podcast? It was like 60 or something.
I was going to say we must have done, like, way more. Yeah, about 50, 60 or so.
Yeah, I mean, it's rebranded now, so we're trying to start fresh and new.
Yeah, number 2.
Yes, this is number 2, kind of. Anyway, how are you?
I'm doing alright, just enjoying being pantless in the evening.
Pantless?
In my newly designed living room.
Oh, interesting.
Just swapped everything around. We bought a hammock, so we now have space for a hammock, and the room just looks much tighter. It's amazing, like, just what a little change can do.
It's never really occurred to me to, like, get an indoor hammock.
It's probably supposed to be outdoor, but to be honest with you,
it
works. So.
I'm sure it works. The only other time I've really seen hammocks is the campsite I usually go to. They have like hammock areas where people can tie onto trees.
Yeah, they're really comfortable though. Oh.
Very, very nice.
How are you?
I'm alright, I'm kind of tired. Spent a lot of time, especially yesterday, just cleaning.
Alright, yeah.
You know, when you're just getting those funny moods where suddenly you just need to like absolutely deep clean and bleach everything.
Yeah.
Like went right through the kitchen, right through the bathroom, like physically on my knees scrubbing the floors like an anal housewife. And, you know, not the good kind you find on some websites.
I see.
But yes, I'm fine. I'm just a bit tired. It's 25 to 9 right now. If it was a bit earlier, I might have had a cup of tea or a coffee, but it's kind of knocking on a bit, and I don't want to be up all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got shit to do tomorrow. Plus, I've been in the gym this morning for the first time in about a week.
Oh, nice.
So
my
kind of warm myself out a bit.
Yeah. No, it's my rest day today, which is quite nice.
Very.
Because we're doing this plan at the moment, and you've got to train 4 or 5 times a week. And man, it's harrowing, but I've actually lost quite a little bit of weight. Actually, I've been told today, even by someone that hasn't seen me for about a month, that I've lost a lot on my face. I never know quite how to take a compliment like that. It's like saying I was fat before, bitch.
I don't know,
You know.
just take it. I don't get people who feel awkward about that kind of thing.
No, I don't really. I revel in it. I'll be honest with you. You know me. I've got no shame.
Speaking of getting fat, I've had a steak today. It wasn't too bad, but I've started doing something which I never thought I would ever do. I've trimmed the fat off it.
No, I never eat the fat on. I don't know why I hate fat on bacon, on steak, on pork. I just really don't like fat on meat.
I love the fat, especially on steak when it's grilled up. But I'm trying to lose the fat, so I've trimmed it off.
It's got to be charred beyond all belief for me to like it on bacon, for me to like it.
What I have done though is I wrapped it up in a little serviette and took it home with me, and I've washed it, chopped it up, and I've fed it to the cockroaches.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty sweet.
They seem to be liking it, and hopefully that'll fatten them up for when the tarantulas eat them.
We might need some sort of context here. He doesn't just keep cockroaches for the sake of it. Those are his food that he would feed.
Them are feeder. Them are feeder insects for the tarantulas and the scorpion I keep.
I was going to say, I don't think we've introduced your wonderful pets to the lovely listeners.
My miniature zoo.
Yeah, you've got quite a few now.
Yeah, I've to be honest, I've took on probably more than I should have, but I got.
Oh, we know.
5 tarantulas, 3 snakes, and the last thing I acquired was a baby scorpion.
Oh, have we named him yet?
Do you know what? I still haven't.
Still haven't. I mean, if y'all have any names for a scorpion, maybe a message, a bit of interaction would be nice.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was thinking Scorpius, but that's really obvious.
No, Scorpius is so good.
I
really like that.
But yeah, I've got like, I keep like a tub of cockroaches as well as like feeder insects, and
excuse me, sorry.
You have to feed them as well to make sure they're all fat and nutritious. But they seem to like steak fat.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're crawling all over it.
I remember when we were walking, it was when we were walking around in town and we got stopped off. Somebody was asking us, would you ever buy premium cat food.
Oh,
They said
yeah,
yes
they
from
were
the
asking, do you buy,
cockroaches.
do you buy cat food? I said, yes, but I don't have a cat, and they were a bit confused, like, why? It's like, well, I crush it up and I feed it to the cockroaches.
Because you're Charlie, and that's how you sleep.
Oh, speaking of Charlie, this is not really anything to do with anything, but I was telling you I was watching a film the other day called Horrible Bosses.
Oh yeah.
Charlie Day's in it, like he's one of the main three characters,
All right. Yeah.
and he's basically just playing Charlie.
Oh, is he? Oh no.
Except not as much of a squalor-filled scumbag. And,
I quite like Charlie. I think of them all, he's probably the best one.
oh yeah, and I do like Charlie Day. He's just very, very likable.
He's a good actor.
And who else is in it? Jason Bateman's in it, and fucking Kevin Spacey, which I try and keep in mind the whole death of the artist thing, like what a person does shouldn't necessarily reflect on the work they've done before.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Kind of awkward as hell though, watching stuff with Kevin Spacey.
A little bit, yeah, just the way he went on though, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with wonderful like sound clips like this one. When it loads.
That's what editing's for.
Okay, apparently it's not loading. Oh, isn't technology fucking wonderful? Okay, the the clip was from American Beauty, and it's when his wife asks him if he's masturbating. He goes, "Yeah, I was bashing the bishop, choking the chicken, saying hi to my monster."
Nice. Oh.
Which is an image I do like very much. Not so much now, but no, not an image. It's a saying I like very much. I'm not a huge fan of the image of Kevin Spacey saying hi to his monster.
Oof. Oh man.
Well, yep,
Yeah.
the soundboard's fucked, so let's forget about that then. I thought maybe we'd start today. I know I say start, it's already 9 minutes. Thought maybe we'll look at some news stories which I have been checking out recently.
Yeah.
I suppose one of the big things, especially in this country, has been the whole Donald Trump thing coming.
Yeah.
And the protests, even locally. I found this on the Chronicle Live website. Donald Trump not welcome here. Hundreds gather in Newcastle to protest the US leader's UK visit.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he's not even here.
He's not in Newcastle, so it's actually a redundant point. Like,
Yeah.
I get it if you don't like him. It doesn't matter what my political views are. If that's what yours is, you're not making a point. You're just making a scene. Literally, you're getting in people's way. Like, honestly, if I was walking around town that day, you were just getting in my fucking way. Like, Donald Trump's not going to look at you and go, right, oh, you know what, I'm going to step down. Because Newcastle, like, who cares? If you really want to protest, he needs to see it. That's the point.
Do you know what? I kind of understand it if you're not a fan and you're against his policies or whatever. But on like the other end of the coin, it's also none of your fucking business.
Yeah, like every other president's visited. That's the point. He's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel the need to gnash your teeth and basically show off to other people, because you're not showing off to him. He doesn't know you exist. Basically show to other people that you've got a moral high horse. That's what it is. You've got no point. You're just there shouting about it. Now, those who do have a point, that's fine. Again, and I'm not going to go into my own political views, because that's a whole kettle of fish that I don't want to open up.
I don't know. I might go into mine a little bit.
I disagree with a lot of things that go on, but I don't protest them because I find that they're actually pointless because it doesn't affect anything at this point. I've got no voice for something like that, and neither do these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just looking at the article.
Yeah.
Sorry, just looking at the article, it says banners ranged from "No to Islamophobia" to the more light-hearted "We shall overcome." Now, when I read "We shall overcome," the first thing that went in my head was "He will not divide us!" Shia LaBeouf's little fucking art thing when he became like elected as president.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
You know, the one where he got so pissed off on the webcam he ended up punching someone and getting arrested for it.
Yeah, that was funny. That was really, really stupid funny.
So yeah,
like any point he had was gone.
do Do you know what? It's the same. It's like fucking the anti-fascists or Antifa as they're called, which just sounds like you're Antifa. When they start causing riots and being violent, as far as I'm fucking concerned, you've lost the high ground.
No, you have. Yeah.
Like, there's no point like accusing people of being like violent Nazis when you're the ones like attacking people with metal batons and like Molotov cocktails.
Exactly. Yeah. Protest anymore. It's just violence.
Yeah, Labour councillor Anne Schofield said the invitation of Donald Trump to come to Britain should have been withdrawn. Why?
There's no reason. They just don't like him. They don't agree with him, so he's wrong immediately. What, like every other politician that has ever existed ever?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not going into my own personal thoughts on Donald Trump. Respect what he is, who he is, and the job he's doing. If you've got a genuine beef with him, then talk to him. He makes himself very, very available to talk to on media outlets. Like, he's on Twitter even, which is quite a rarity on presidents and whatnot. And he seems to reply quite a lot. The only thing is he's inundated with just sheer hate with no direction. I find it quite funny when people try to really shit on him. Mm-hmm. The more they do that, the less of a point they have and the more point they give him. So they end up doing themselves worse off because the way they go on kind of makes his point look like the lesser of the two evils. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just making noise. I'm not sure if that's me being silly.
Oh, no. I think this is the same Labour politician. This visit and access to heads of state appears to be an endorsement of his vicious brand of far-right politics. His racist views are offensive to British people. Right, fucking at one thing, I consider him a conservative and on the right. I think far-right's fucking pushing it. I think racism's debatable. Mm. And another point, when they're saying his views are offensive to the British people, I hate it when people do this. Don't fucking speak for me.
Yeah, that's where they've lost me entirely. I actually don't like Trump at all, really. But I also respect his opinion because he's a human being like everybody else.
Well, it's kind of weird. I probably don't like him as a president. I definitely don't support the Republicans, but in a way I do kind of have a grudging respect for him being so confrontational. No,
and it's mostly for the reaction other people have towards him, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, the main reason he has a point is because these assholes really don't.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much finished this article just looking at some of the pictures, some of the anti-Trump march people, fucking socialist worker, fucking shocked to see them there.
The Johnny Good two shoes, loudmouth.
Commies,
no point, no hopers, yeah.
Yeah, like, fucking, do most people, are most people even, like, that fucking educated on the policies and stuff, or they're just jumping on the fucking bandwagon?
Exactly, that's the worst thing. Like I say, if I don't have an opinion, I try not to talk about it, which is mostly why I'm not actually giving my own political views, because it's uneducated, it really is. Mm-hmm. Because I haven't really looked into it, and that's on me. So I'm not going to start shouting about how everyone else is wrong because I don't know. But that's fine for them to do. They've got an opinion, and that's more important than anyone else's. Mm. I hate that more than anything.
No, I'm not someone who really buys newspapers. The only newspaper I ever kind of really read is if I'm like on public transport and the metro's there. I was trying to think of what like sites to look at the news, so I actually just jumped on the Metro's news website and found a few stories. This one's kind of amusing to me. Well, it's interesting. Cyber bullies target girl 10 in quotes ugly or not Instagram poll. A 10-year-old girl has become the victim of a cruel ugly or not Instagram poll by bullies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically they put the girl's picture up, said ugly or not. And it was revealed that 53% of the people who answered the poll responded, hell yeah. Now, she's apparently went on suicide watch, which is awful. The thing is, I'm reading through the article and it doesn't actually say... wait, do you know what? I'll redact my evil, snarky amusement a bit. I thought she actually put this up herself because fucking kids do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like I came across a post on something that was like, oh, hot or not, and she was a fucking 12-year-old. It's like,
Oh, right. No, I thought, yeah, she had also put that up herself.
yeah, you fuck
Um,
off and piss off. But no, do you know what? Just reading the article, apparently they made the account
no, that's awful.
and then took the image. They actually got the photo from Instagram. It was saying, which to be honest, I think people who use Instagram can be a bit
Yeah.
stupid because it is in the terms and conditions that people can take your photos. Like even
Yeah.
businesses can take your photos and you don't need to be credited. So I think Instagram's a bit of a fucking dodgy thing to begin with. After I haven't actually read another paragraph, I actually feel really bad for her now.
I feel a little bad. Again, like you say, though, people like that who go on an open media forum like that, who can't take that sort of backlash, do they know anything about the internet? I know she's 11. She really shouldn't be having an Instagram. I do feel bad for her. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying she's in the wrong in any way.
No, no,
I just feel like she
she's
really
not.
shouldn't really have an Instagram.
Children can just be real assholes.
I'm not chilling here, but in my Cambrian, I don't use it much, but my old channel, I posted a video, and it was a song, and I did an impression of it's Junkrat, for those of you who know from Overwatch, singing a song from a League of Legends character, because
Yeah.
they're very, very similar. It was mostly met with a lot of like, oh, this is great. You know, it's got most of the views actually that I've ever had it. I'll be honest with you. But I've had one or two negative. Oh, this is cringy. This is that, and that's fine. And I remember going home to my lady friend saying, "Oh, people are making fun of you," and it's like it's the internet. I've got 2 out of like 100 people saying that it's awful. I think I've made it out on top a little bit.
Are you
You know what I mean?
Are you sure you didn't want to crawl into your safe space?
Yeah, a little bit, but that's, I'm a whiny bitch.
Well-
no, I feel bad for her because she's 11 and somebody made her hot or not. I mean, what sort of weird pedo does that? I mean, fuck off, man.
I'm pretty sure it was classmates as well, because children are cunts.
Yeah, but again, it is an open forum, and you've got your classmates on your Instagram. Like, what happened to the attitude of only present what you want people to see? That seemed to die in the 90s. As soon as the 2000s came, everybody just wanted any sort of attention in any way. It's like, oh, look, I've cut my arm open. Well done, you're an idiot. What do you want me to say?
Oh, when we were in school, like I remember like a special assembly about that because people were cutting they weren't just cutting themselves in like a bid for attention. Some people like were like cutting the names of the person the fancy in their arms and.
Oh, jeez. No, again, that's a whole other kettle of fish altogether. That's something I really do sympathise with people who do that sort of thing. For that reason, cutting names of loved ones in your arm, that's just childish.
Oh yeah, I thought you were saying you sympathise with them. I don't.
No, I don't either. But like the other thing, I'm glad there was some sort of awareness going on even then, because it was quite rare. I'll be honest. I think we're a bit more aware now, but we're leaning too far the other way, where everybody's got to worry about people's safe spaces and triggers and things that didn't exist until the year 2000 appeared. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get it. It's horrible to have confrontation, but fuck me, it's a thing that's in the real world. Like,
Well,
not if some people have their way.
if you're angry at children like I am, this next story will might cheer you up a little bit.
Oh, good.
Again, it's from the Metro, the 16th, so that was just yesterday. And I did actually see it in the paper today as well. Neighbour from hell installs alarm that only children can hear. A dad of 6 claims his children's lives have been made a living hell after a neighbour fitted an anti-child alarm and pointed it directly at his house. Single dad Thomas Weldon, 52, claims his children have been hospitalised and left housebound by the controversial high-pitch alarm which can only be heard by under 25s. He said it was installed by neighbour Leslie Cooper earlier this year. He alleges the alarm was pointed directly at his door during the summer months and has been turned on at least 3 times a week. And it's made his children feel like they're being kept a prisoner in their old home. In a statement, Miss Cooper said the alarm has been authorised by Torbay Council and Devon Police because of vandalism and harassment she has faced from that family.
Mm-hmm.
The alarms, which are completely legal, produce a high-pitched, discomfort noise that is only audible to young children and teenagers. So, yes, apparently they're scared to go outside. What's it saying about them? The alarm makes them scream in pain. I even had to take my daughter to hospital because her ears didn't stop ringing. And apparently they can't stand the terror that she's causing. Now, this is a he said, she said sort of thing. But if there's, like, any truth at all to those children being, like, any sort of fucking issue with that neighbour, I'm completely on her side.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, to be pushed to the point where you need to get an alarm that only they can hear.
Yeah.
Something's happened. Not to mention she did it legally.
Yeah, and it's not on constantly.
Yeah. Well, she did everything absolutely legally. For a start, she's gotten the police's permission. She's gotten the council's permission. You can't really blame her. She's done everything fine. Like, they wouldn't let you have that without a reason.
Yeah, I mean, if she's that concerned about, like, vandalism or people intruding on her property, you've got to kind of imagine she was probably going through all the official channels.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
fair play to her.
I've got 6 children, and she's been vital to all of them. 6 children, fuck me.
Jesus.
I could go on to that, but I'll be coming off as a serious snob, but
Oh, no, I want to bring up one thing today, mind you.
Maybe get me others.
I don't know what it is with the public, but fucking hell. There was someone I had to speak to today for work. Mm-hmm. I won't go into it too much, but they needed something that we make for people. And you've got to make sure that everyone lives together. You've got to make sure, everyone has their own. And I'm going through the list, and there must have been about 9, 10 kids, all with different surnames, all these things. I'm speaking to this guy, and, like, they were all his and his partners, or, an amalgamation thereof. And at the end of it, I'm like, oh, do you want it to go to your address? Oh, yeah, you can put them all to the address. So what, you're not living together then? Well, hang on. Why did I go through all that? Why did I say... Do people just not understand when you speak to them? No, that triggered me when you were saying triggered. 9 or 10 kids. There must have been about 9 or 10 kids. But they've got 2 houses.
God damn.
What, to accommodate for it? Like, whoa. Because, Jesus Christ, 9 kids running around with 2 parents in a house in England, if you all are listening in America. They're not big houses. We don't get big houses.
No.
They're clearly not rich, or I wouldn't be speaking to them. Fuck me, man. I've got nothing nice to say at this point onwards. I'm sorry.
I've just finished skimming through that article there. It does actually say it has been authorised because of the persistent nuisance which disturbs the residents because of that family. And she's been on record previously at Devon Live saying that they've continually vandalised, harassed, and made a nuisance of themselves.
No sympathy. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fair play to her. Like,
it reminds me of that scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine when Boyle's on something to, like, upset Rosa and they're at the training thing, so she fires, like, the sound cannon at him. Like, there's no noise, but he's like, I can taste my thoughts!
I mean, I hope they learn a lesson from it, because apparently they're not getting taught any other sort of lesson.
Yeah, I've got fucking... Yeah. I'm totally on her side on this.
Oh, God.
Let me check the clock, because I'm trying to be... we're doing okay.
Are we just having a go at the news?
To start off with, there was something else. There's a few things I just sort of wanted to casually bring up. I have asked you this, but I didn't really go into too much detail of it. What is League of Legends?
I think it's an online multiplayer game. It's top down. Yeah, it's the most repetitive thing. You seem to just point and click, and then shout at your teammates for not doing exactly what you want them to do, and vice versa. And I've never seen anyone get more salty, and I've seen some salty gamers than with League of Legends.
So it's just like an online multiplayer thing.
It's awful. You've got a map. People keep going on about these 3 lanes you've got to go to. You've got these different class of heroes. And if you go with a certain class of hero in a different lane, you're playing it wrong. Well, that's the game. You're basically just doing the same thing over and over again. If you pick the same class of hero, go the same way, do the same thing, I can't see the fun in it, but people seem to love it.
The reason I bring it up is because, like, especially when I'm home and I'm doing, like, other stuff, I watch a shit ton of YouTube videos.
Mm.
There's been 3 different ads that have been on nearly every video I've watched recently as advertising.
Mm.
All 3 of them are for fucking League of Legends.
Oh, it must be dying. I'll be honest with you. People seem to realise that it's a really toxic environment.
So, I was just wondering, have they, like, introduced something new, or is it just, like, dying and there's just, like, a last-ditch effort to grab people into it?
It must be. No, it really must be.
It's so strange.
Oh.
But no, it's just the fact that it was 3 different adverts, and they were all just for the same thing. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No, I can't. Like, I've known people really into it. Actually, my lady friend was into it a little while back.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a point she was playing it, she got so upset. And I really don't think it was the game, but she got a nosebleed.
I hope it's not the game.
Contributed.
Unless the reason it's been advertised as so much is it's some sort of government mind experiment.
God, I cannot stand the game. I remember when she would play it, I would actually just go in the other room. I'm sorry if you're listening. But I couldn't stand hearing it because it was her team speak, saying the same things, and you've got to kind of say the same things because it's the same sort of repetitive game, with the sound effects of the actual game itself, which were just noise. Like, and you could say about any game, but I think it's because I just really had animosity for it. Everyone seems to think it's this technical sort of game. If you're good into strategy, you'll be good at this.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's hardly any strategy at all because everybody's trying to do the same thing.
Okay.
It's really hard to describe without going into the details. I know a little bit more about it,
so
but I don't want to bore you, to be honest.
No, that's fine. I'm going to bore you all now because this is something I came across. So yeah, as I just said, the reason I'm seeing those ads so much is I watch a lot of YouTube videos. A lot of what I watch is like debunking and like skeptical examination videos, where people look at miraculous claims like pseudoscience and religion and, bring fucking logic and critical thought into it.
Mm.
Right, I'm going to see if I can actually send this because I did take some screenshots while this was happening. So let me know if you've got that.
Oh, I think I've got a screenshot. Oh. Let's see if I can open it wider, mind you. I can see a man bending over.
Okay, the video I was watching, it was something to do with debunking flat earthers. Now,
oh yeah, debunking some more flat earther claims. Yeah, I can see him now.
Yeah, it's the kind of shit I watch quite a lot. Now, you might notice in the top right corner, there's something there which kind of caught my attention.
Oh yes, is that Awake Truther single?
Yes.
www. I'm not advertising it.
No, go ahead.
Awake Dating.
And the fact that the image is of a couple holding hands and they're wearing tinfoil hats.
Is that a joke, man?
I was thinking I was going to joke, but my curiosity really piqued, so I ended up clicking onto this website. Here we
Did
go.
you click and subscribe?
Oh, I may have.
Oh dear.
Let's
have a look at this. It just takes a little while to open up. I don't know if you want to cut these little bits out.
No, that's fine. I'll actually. What I've sent you there is the website description. I'll read it off. It's fine. I just need to bring up the image myself on my end.
Oh, hang on. I think mine's loaded now. So, Awake Dating is the place to meet someone who shares your socially inconvenient, understandings and truth-seeking ethos.
Mm-hmm.
Awake Dating is founded by the Fidden family of Haydn.
Yeah, whatever.
To provide those with socially inconvenient understanding and awareness the opportunity to meet a platform just for them. The finds have found...
For the awake, by the awake. Remember that, dude. You gotta be woke.
Oh, yeah. That the personal research led them to conclusions that often led them to feeling alienated to their families. It's really small, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I've got it up. I'll continue. Who saw the world solely via the mainstream narrative. and their drive for a better future for humanity through truth and action led them to the conclusion that the only worthwhile function they could perform as parents and humans was to see the alternate media evolve into new media, and through see a free future for humanity. Wide Awake Media was born. And summarising that meeting an awake partner in this world full of miscomprehension and cognitive dissonance, wow, fucking irony, would be fraught with issues above what single mainstream individuals face. The Fiddens launched Awake Dating on their first daughter's second birthday. I don't know why that's fucking relevant. April 10th, 2016, to bring love and acceptance in a community free of knee-jerk reactions. Fucking irony! And to help fund their other endeavours in bringing the Awake community quality social sites of privacy and anonymity, free speech and change, in brackets, Awake Social, and the upcoming Wham TV bringing in 24-hour live streamed quality Awake content. The rest of it's just basically advertising Wide Awake Media, which I did sort of, I very briefly checked out. It wasn't too much to do with the dating itself, which has sort of got my attention, but basically they've got a fucking, like, media channel as well, and they're trying to turn it into, like a mainstream thing.
Yeah.
You know, quality on the...
post videos about it as well.
They did, but I didn't quite have the patience to watch all of them, and...
I'm not surprised.
You can probably get the gist from that website's description, like what the sort of theme was with this special brand of dating.
What you mean, bad crap crazy?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna find the rest of the stuff. I'll give you just to give you an idea. So naturally, I saw this, and the only course of action I could possibly take was to set myself a dating profile.
So you've got one now. Have you had any response yet?
Check that. Check this one out.
Oh dear.
Here's me on the bouldering wall. What disturbed me a little bit is I used my my Facebook details to go onto it, so it actually has my full name and shit.
Oh shit.
So that was a bit worried, but I thought, let's, I'm single, so let's see what's going on here. The first
work for you.
Oh yeah, exactly. The first question that I asked when setting up the profile is, it's taking ages. What kind of human are you looking for? Now, the only options there was female or male. Quite frankly, I'm outraged there was no alien kin, like mentioned on the website at all. That just seems so ableist of them.
Well, technically, yeah.
There's a lot of basic crap on here. I'll send you a picture of my profile. I'll be honest, I didn't really fill in anything. It's just my about me, which is seeking truth. My ideal match is also seeking truth.
Is that what you put on?
Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd send it to you. I've got too many fucking windows open. But yeah,
so have you had any response at all? Then?
Not yet. But
is there many people on? Like, does it give you a sort of...
I'm not entirely sure, because if you look at the main page, it has current matches, people online now, like good matches. I'm only seeing about 6 different profiles, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I think you need a tinfoil hat in your profile picture, dude. Like, it looks silly.
Yeah, I look too sane with that mouth expander I'm wearing, and
I mean, in terms of response, that might partly be why.
I thought I would give. This is serious dating business. I thought I'd give it the level of respect it so clearly deserves.
Hi.
I did have a look through some of the profiles on there. I'm sending this stuff to you, but I myself, if I post this on YouTube, I will edit out like identifying details. Here we go. Here was one of them. Their profile description was, you spell it really well, I must say. Divorced, loads of kids, seeking new life. My ideal match, happy in themselves. Their interests are 9/11 truth, government cover-ups, / false flags, AI and transhumanism, the illusion of Mully, alternate media, chemtrail / geoengineering, ancient aliens, anti-GMO, and vaccinations and big pharma.
Oh, hang on. What's GMOs?
Genetically modified stuff.
Organisms, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, and vaccinations and big pharma, because the worst thing that could ever happen is you might get vaccinated against disease.
GMO. Huh. Right. Sorry, I've got a third party here as well. She's just asking what the context is. It's people who are awake, a dating website.
For people who are woke, man.
Who are woke, who believe in 9/11 truths, the illusion of money.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati, anti-GMOs, which is what you were saying is food, you presume, yeah?
Genetically modified.
Yeah.
And anti-vaxxers.
Yes, my fine co-host here has now a profile on it, just to see.
Hey, I might find love.
You might be woke.
Hey, I'm the wokest bay.
Jesus. I mean, at least they're happy, I guess.
Well, obviously not that happy because they sound pretty lonely from this end.
It's kind of ironic, though, that most people who try to get off the radar or hide from this supposed Big Brother figure then join a website to find other like-minded people on a very accessible social platform, media-based website. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just find it kind of ironic.
Another one, the About Me section is awake 7 years, my ideal match, awake and proud. Their interest is...
Is this you taking the piss, or is this real?
No, though, this is... I don't know if they're taking the piss, but these are the profiles I've come across. This person's really into vegetarianism and raw food. Alkalizing food and drink. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Do they all have alien pictures?
No, some of them do. I've noticed that was a theme with a couple of them. Another theme, which is in their interest, is cannabis. I wonder why.
Yeah. Does that help them awaken?
Yeah, I'm fucking shocked. I won't... I did look at a lot of profiles, but, I didn't quite save them all. We've got another one, newly awakened creative type, very spiritual, empathetic, seeking same either gender.
I like the About Me on this one. Awake 7 years.
Yes.
Will you asleep for the rest of it? I mean, come on.
No, brother.
My ideal match, awake and proud.
No, brother, woke. Another one with the Guy Fawkes mask, which was another recurring image on here. Under their interests, they were a 20% match, by the way, to me, apparently.
I noticed that, yeah, you don't have any interests in common, apparently.
But they were a match. They're really into herbalism, energy healing, and apple cider vinegar, which, you know what? I can get behind that. Maybe that's why they're a 20% match with me.
Yeah, was that the 20%? The apple cider vinegar?
I didn't say anything on my profile about that, but it must have been something.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are from different parts of the world. Let me just check. Here's another fellow who I found. I can't remember if he's local to me or not. One of these was from...
He's trying hard at him, isn't he?
Yeah, one of these was from Scotland, though.
I mean, the angles on his neck are quite worrying.
Yeah, I think there might actually be something to this, because he may be a lizard person.
Oh, shit.
Right, about me, to most daydreaming of dragons and building a salt-based empire to heal the world of disease would seem absurd. However, the wise unlock secrets of Rev 20, the Awakening, and the great dragon Satan himself. Okay. You take all that in?
That was just like a salad of words.
Okay. I'm not going to read all his ideal match because he seems to have a very specific partner in mind. Intelligent, critical thinker who has either gotten out or wants out of the government nanny state, or perhaps has came to realise the US citizens' birth certificate bonds are used as war debt instruments, therefore the government, with its statutes, courts, police and jails, are no longer your friend. You're an enemy of the state to pay past, present, future war debts. Yet the truth hurts, but only temporarily, because if you want to get even, then contact me, please. I have an awful feeling this guy may be making bombs somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
I have a plan to get even and make big donations. Okay,
Fucking
this
hell,
guy
big
almost.
donations. Okay.
This guy's almost certainly making bombs somewhere.
Like one of his things, apple cider vinegar. That's a thing. Cannabis.
Yeah, shocked. I know.
Organic produce.
It's almost as if like one possible side effect is cannabis is paranoia. I'm sure there's no connection.
No.
Energy healing. A biblical faith is highly recommended because the rabbit hole is deep. However, non-religious is great because neither am I. But he says he's non-religious, so why is a biblical faith highly recommended?
You have to be woke to know that.
Yeah, it's clearly beyond me. I'm too dumbed by the mainstream media and the machinations of the reptile people.
That's what you get for sleeping.
There was other profiles, but a lot of them was the same. There was one, I think one of the closest ones to me was someone in Scotland, and shit like this. I'm saying it to you now. About me, I look stuff and, in brackets, removed. I don't like to go on about myself and these things. I'm far too mysterious for that shit. Hoo-hoo. They're playing they're playing the dark seductive role here. My ideal match.
They had to physically type in removed.
Yeah. I don't know if that was like redacted because it was just way too top secret.
I like stuff and removed 3.
Yeah.
That's how they've done it. And they've done it more than once, actually.
Yeah, my ideal match is nice, human, female, and not a removed 3. I really want to know what that is.
A typo.
I mean, I don't know if say Chris Chan is the person behind this. I'm pretty sure that's probably a pickle, but
Oh, there we go. They like cannabis and hemp products. Sorry.
Holistic health / natural medicine, i.e., not medicine.
Homeschooling.
Because you don't want like children to learn actual science and.
Oh, and the most important part: how to survive when you're wide awake.
Fuck, man, I just don't know how these people do it. It must be like
cannabis. That's how.
Jesus fucking Christ. So, yes, that was the dating website. I mean, I have been a member of some sites before, but for some reason I wasn't overly impressed with the offerings, and not wanting to get, hunted down by the government for, like, being exposed to the truth, I deleted my profile.
Oh, did you?
Yes, but it's good. It's nice to know that these things exist.
No, you should have kept it going, man. That would be awesome.
I was starting to fear for my life. Okay, I'm not. Yeah. We're gonna start winding this up. There was one other thing I wanted. I don't know if I want to mention this or not. Because I might come off as a racist.
Okay, maybe not then.
No. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm not being racist. It's just an observation I've made. A lot of the people who had actual profile photos on this site were black people in the US.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, I do. As I said, I watch a lot of the debunk videos, which covers things like conspiracy theories and like alternative medicine and big pharma and the Illuminati and the flat Earth.
Yeah.
A lot of them are also black Americans. I've only just started noticing.
I wonder why that is.
It was kind of interesting. So I looked up a little article about like the psychology behind conspiracy theories, and a lot of it was stuff we've kind of thought of before. Like it's a way to feel in control or sort of more important.
Yeah.
In like an uncertain world, and this psychologist. The article was on Vox.com. It was the dark allure of conspiracy theories explained. Basically, they said a lot of it might surely mainly about coping and trying to like see order in a world that's more uncertain and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not really playing the race topic so much as I am like a class topic, because especially in the United States, a lot of the underclass is black, partly because there's been racial discrimination, there's been disenfranchisement over the years. Like, things are getting better, but there's still a lot of people in that lower classes and less educated. I was wondering is that the reason? Is it like purely that
Maybe.
it's a lot of conspiracy theorists are like poorer people.
Possibly, yeah. Again, it's more they want to feel important type of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's poor and sort of like less educated people just get really pulled into it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying
it's
because they're black. I'm just saying, there might be more representation in those groups just purely for like, the awful state of things.
Yeah.
There's that like a lot of flat earthers have seen black, and we're not going to go into it now, but like stuff like the Kangs, the people who say like all the important people in history were black, like that kind of thing as well, and like the Nation of Islam.
Oh God, yeah, no, I remember watching some of those things as well.
Yeah, like
that's right.
That's right. I think it's the Nation of Islam, because I originally saw this on like a Justin Theroux documentary where he was like talking to these people, and I think they're the ones who kind of came up with the whole idea that black people were all along the superior race. It's just the white people were created in a lab experiment and they took over and rewrote history. I believe all that came originally from the Nation of Islam group, which aren't like, it's not like a general Muslim thing. It's a bit like Christian Science. Whereas they say they're Christian, but they're much more of a fringe cult with really strange beliefs than like the mainstream.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them seem to come from that. And again, I wonder if it's like the same thing with like conspiracy theories. It's just that, is it because it's like lower class, like the downtrodden and just, being less educated in general?
Probably. I mean, it will come with a lack of education, I imagine. Like,
again, it's not so much race as there's just like class, like social class.
Really silly. Like,
when I see a lot of white, especially white Americans going on these conspiracy theories and things, a lot of them are fucking rednecks as well in trailer trash.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Maybe it's a topic that's just too big for me and I'm just talking out my ass, but I'm wondering if maybe that has something to do with it. But, what do I know? Clearly I'm not as woke as the people on that dating website if I felt the need to run away so quickly.
Well, you deleted it, so you're back asleep.
Oh, I couldn't handle the truth, man. I just had to get out of there. I didn't know if there was anything else to bring up. Be honest, we're going a little long again.
All right.
I don't know, like, I know we only recently recorded, like, the last show, and I wanted to record this one straight away, but it's almost purely because I came across this site while watching videos.
Oh, cool.
Like, I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. I'm still not 100%. I'm not 100% sure if it's real. I don't know if maybe the people behind this media thing, or maybe just doing it for the money, or maybe they're true believers. I don't know.
I guess again, you just got to be woke for that sort of thing.
If you're a woke single person out there, like seeking the truth and a true love, check it out.
Good luck to you.
What was it? Wide Awake Singles or something?
Seek help.
Fuck it. What's the website? I don't want to misrepresent. It was www.awakedating.com. Get on there and, fight the reptile people, I guess.
Yeah.
And don't forget the tinfoil hats, like the people in the fucking advertising.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like my love quest will continue. I shall ask Chris Chan for advice.
You need a poster, man.
I do. Yeah, that's me pretty much done. I just...
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Place to wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna come for us in the future, but I will surely keep my eyes open and I'll be as woke as I can and bring you all the truth.
And we'll talk about it for you.
Yes, this has been MonoDrew.
And this has been Cameron.
Okay, good night, y'all, and stay woke.
Stay woke.
Opening song was taken from Self-Deceived by X Takes Rux, who you can find at X Take Rux. That is xtakerux.bandcamp.com. That's their official website. You can also find them on YouTube, Twitter, and SoundCloud. Once again, that is X Take Rux. Other audio taken from various media found at archive.org.